that's part of being disciplined, right? We have to discipline ourselves to be able to do that, right? So then we're going to go to number 6, which is about prayer and scriptures, which I've probably mentioned a couple times throughout the first 2 parts, but let's have like a deeper little meaning on it. And this is going to be coming from Philippians 4, 6, and 7. So, which says here, don't worry about anything, but in everything through prayer, petition with thanksgiving, present your request to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus, right? So, right here, don't worry, right? Remember I made a video about don't be anxious, right? We need to know that the Lord will come through, right? And that's going back into the first one, seeking guidance and wisdom, right? Knowing that he will provide for us, right? Matthew 6:33, right? Seek the righteousness of the kingdom and he will provide for us, right? We have to not worry that the Lord will come through for us, right? So if you might be worried that I might fall into these temptations of the Lord, right? Don't worry. Continue to seek the Lord. And then those worries and those like fleshly desires, right? How we were talking about Galatians 5:13 in part 2. Those fleshly desires won't even come to play because you're so focused on the Lord, right? You're so focused on the Lord every single day that the fleshly desires doesn't even have time in your life, right? So I would say we're so busy, but we're so busy on the Lord, the fleshly desire doesn't even have time on your schedule, right? So that's a really big thing, right? And prayers, y'all, like prayer is one of the divine connections to heaven, right? Or one of our divine connections to Jesus, right? So we have to urge more into prayers, right? And that goes, and we have to go back into discipline. You always have time for prayer, right? You always have time to just turn and just pray, right? So there's no excuse for that, right? So scriptures, that takes time, right? You know, we try to like get like a section down. Just read like a little section, just start to grow, build every day, right? So maybe read from 1 to 2 days a week and start to grow closer and build more and more and more, right? Start to get to 3 days a week, 4 days a week, 5 days a week, 6 days a week, then eventually 7 days a week when you're really strong, right? You're getting the scriptures every single day. You're getting more hungry for the Lord, right? And that's what we try to do. Keep that fire going for the Lord, right? And try to have a deeper relationship with the Lord, right? But prayers, y'all, prayers is huge. Prayers is huge, right? You start to learn that the more you pray, the more you start to realize there's more stuff to be praying about, right? And there's more than just you need to be praying about. There's a lot of other people you need to be praying about, right? You know, so that's a beautiful thing about prayer too, right? It's just, and then sometimes when you pray, you